Hey,
Hi there.
Hi
Welcome,
there.
friends.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
Take a load off.
Been a hot minute.
Have a seat.
Life catches up to all of us, but especially middle-aged men.
Yep, that's right. These knees aren't getting any younger, that's for sure.
So welcome to a hot as Hades.
Yes, a meltingly
episode.
hot episode of the bottom shelf. Ryan, we're glad we're on the bottom shelf because that's where the cooler air is. The heat rises. If you're hanging out on the top shelf, it's even sweatier up there. Come down here, hang out with the cool crowd. Okay.
So, little story about this offering. Today's offering is Jameson Irish whiskey,
Mm-hmm.
orange. Now we had a little informal tasting yesterday of some of my decidedly non-bottom shelf stuff, and John brought up Compass Box Orangery,
Yes.
which I stumbled across, but we absolutely both love. It's
Love
not
it.
universally loved because
No.
it's a weird variety of liqueur scotch. It's strong enough to be a scotch, but it's flavored with orange zest and cassie and clove. I think it's fantastic. I love it.
Love every drop of it. It's
Yeah.
great. And it's
But I haven't seen it in a long time, and don't know if Compass Box is currently making it, and I was kind of craving it. So when I was walking around Total Wine a few months ago, I saw this, and I thought, maybe that'll be a good poor man's substitution.
That's right.
Because I think-
Bottom shelf orangery right here.
It's been a while, but I believe this weighed in at $19.99.
Yeah. So, for those of you who are new to the channel, the original bottom shelf project, our cutoff was $20.
Yeah.
Has to be $20 or lower. There may be some price variations, like 21 here, 22 there, but in general, in our neck of the woods, it's $20. But thanks to COVID and inflation, we have raised that.
Yeah.
To, what do we say?
29.
Yeah, 29.
29-ish. And that
29-ish.
full 750 milliliter, normally liquor, but every once in a while we'll bend it and do a liqueur, which is what this is after I bought it. Because
Right.
when I originally saw it's Jameson, I thought it was just a whiskey that was flavored. No, this is 30% by alcohol by volume, 60 proof. And their advertising say it's a smooth whiskey with a natural zesty orange flavor. Jameson is not my favorite bottom shelf Irish.
Really?
Yes.
News to me. What is your favorite bottom shelf
well, that-
Irish?
And well, the reasoning being is it's got a slightly metallic flavor to it. I don't know if that's my palate or what, but compared to some, I'd take Tullamore Dew
Yeah.
over Jameson's.
Yeah.
We reviewed it ages ago, but and most people would probably not agree with me, but I would prefer the Hellcat Maggie over Jameson's.
I lean a little bit towards Hellcat Maggie myself. I do like that.
It's been a
But I
long
always
time.
but I tend to like. It's not that I don't appreciate sweeter. I love them, but my personal preference is I kind of like whiskeys with a little bit of bite on it. You know, a little bit of at the end.
But-
I like that. That's why I like rye so much.
And I normally don't keep an Irish whiskey on my bar inside.
Ah, yes, sinner.
Yeah. And every once in a while I get a craving and I'll break down and get one, but Irish whiskeys aren't the top of my list. So
I actually always tend to try to keep a bottle of Jameson's because it is one of my more favorite Irish, and it's considered the go-to Irish for an Irish coffee, which I love.
Yeah.
And I've tried to make Irish coffee with other Irish whiskeys, and there is a difference. Sometimes it's a mild difference, but there is a difference, and it just tends to work better with Jameson's.
now, one caveat with this, the back of the bottle does suggest trying it over ice or as a mixer. They
Yeah.
don't intend this to be a neat
It's
sipper.
not a neat sipper.
But we'll give it a shot, and if you can't see, I already cracked this open a while back because I've had it for quite a while.
Sinner and a cheater.
Yeah.
Cheater.
Yeah. So let me crack this quality.
Also,
Oh yes.
a little bit of, we got to bring this up. We've got these Glencairn glasses, but you can probably tell they're not the regular size. They're like shot
These are
glass.
officially
Glencairn.
from a company, and they're called, I can't remember the name of the company, but they are the Wee Glencairn, and I'll provide a link to
Yeah.
them if you like. I believe I picked 4 of these up at Amazon for like $19.
Yeah.
So
And they're, for what we do and the way we
Yeah,
drink whiskey,
absolutely
they're
perfect.
flawless.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor because everything is sponsored by us.
Yeah.
They're not a monetized
Yeah.
channel. I wanted to do this specifically just to get me and my friends together. But yeah, as he mentioned, these are just perfect for what I wanted.
Absolutely flawless.
Still get the Glencairn experience.
I think I can smell the orange from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's like Tang.
You hit the nail on the head, because the first time I cracked this bastard open,
I'm like,
it was
oh my
like
god,
I
that's
was,
Tang.
it's like I was 7 years old again, and I cracked open and peeled off the tin to a top of a container of Tang for Boy Scouts. Because be damned if it doesn't smell exactly like, and if you're under the age of 30,
exactly like
Tang was one of the first,
like mixable drinks.
it was a mixable orange drink, basically orange Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and I was addicted to it up until about 3rd, 4th grade, somewhere around there.
I think the story was that they developed Tang for the astronauts.
Yes, the Tang that went into outer space, whatever.
It was cheap.
Yeah,
and I don't know if you can still buy it or not, but
I am curious. I have to stop at the grocery store when I leave here to pick up some bread for breakfast tomorrow.
Once it sits open and aerates a little bit, this either you're accustomed to it or it loses a little bit of that. But even before you nosed it.
Okay. All right. It doesn't taste like Tang. That's the. It doesn't even taste like Tang and whiskey.
No.
But there is that Jameson's in there because there's that hint of that butter cookie thing that Jameson's does. There's just a hint of it in there, and there's some good orange flavor, but there's also like a bitterness, a little like if you're eating
Like
the
a pith.
Yeah.
It's got a pithy bitterness to it. First thing beyond the smell, which is overpowering, that hit my tongue was syrupy sweet.
Yeah.
It's thick sweet. Almost like a really weak simple syrup kind of sweet.
Yeah.
I don't taste much whiskey in it at all.
I feel the whiskey more than I did. There's a
Yeah.
there's a little alcohol.
There's a little bit of alcohol,
warmth,
and it's not particular to Jameson's. It's got kind of a cheap whiskey burn to it.
There you go. Yeah.
One of those that you can say whiskey with quotation marks because it's probably got a good bit of vodka in it.
This is not a neat sipper, but
It is
bet,
not.
But I'll bet it would make an amazing highball. I don't think it would make a great. And this might surprise Carrie what I'm about to say.
Okay.
I don't know if this would make a very good old fashioned. I mean, if you tried it that way, then I'll
Cut to the chase. It doesn't.
See, there you go.
And I don't know if you can see on the camera, but this is it got a good necking. Because when I cracked this open and I took a neat sip, and off the bat I hated it.
Yeah.
So I took their advice and said, well, let's try it in a couple other ways. I haven't tried it neat over with the ice, just over the rocks.
I think on the rocks would help it out.
I tried it as a couple mixers.
Yeah. Would you?
Tried it as an old fashioned, figuring that what my go-to for old fashioned is because, again, in the spirit of bottom shelf, you don't always have all your ingredients. And keeping fresh citrus around to zest for an old fashioned can be a bit problematic. So I usually have an orange liqueur.
Orange liqueur or orange bitters. That's what I do. That's
take the place of it. It's not as good, but sometimes it makes for a fine drink.
If I'm making an old fashioned at home and I don't happen to have an orange to zest, I have standard bitters and I have orange bitters. And what I'll do is make it to spec and then put 1 or 2 orange bitters on top instead of the zest. That's what I do to kind of make it a little.
My go-to is usually I'll make my old fashions out of bourbon.
There you go.
Once in a blue moon, I'll make a mezcal old fashioned, and mine is to replace all of it with either Grand Marnier or Cointreau.
Mm-hmm.
Skip the simple syrup, skip everything, just 2 of those together, ice, stir it, bam, you're done.
Yeah, it tends to work.
And I tried to do that with this, and it doesn't work. If you mix it with another liquor, like a bourbon or something, it clashes.
I'll bet.
If it by itself, maybe. It might work.
This is not. I'm never going to neat sip this again.
Yeah.
Ever. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I would like to try it either on the rocks or as just a straight up highball. Just put 2 ounces in there. Get a highball, like literally, get a highball glass, put the big ice cubes in, put 2 ounces in there, and fill it up with soda water. And the garnish, I think I would play around with. I might do an orange garnish, kind of keep it there. I don't think lemon would really crush it or contrast. I think it might add a little something to it.
A little sharpness.
A little bit of sharpness to it.
On
That's
that
what I would
note-
try.
On that note, we'll give it a try.
Yeah. That's where I got mine. For the wine.
So we're back.
we're back.
Don't have proper highball glasses, so I'm using some of my off-label,
Right, yeah.
large-size Glencairn.
Pseudo Glencairn.
Just a little club soda, splash of the quote-unquote whiskey, and a little expression of some lemon zest.
Oh, see.
I don't smell an orange anymore.
Nope.
All I get is the lemon in it now.
It's a nice, simple highball. There's nothing amazing about it, but it's fine. It's refreshing.
Actually, yeah, I actually like it now.
Yeah. As a mixer,
Yeah.
it does the job.
Yeah.
It does. It's very effective as a mixer. I would recommend it on. If you like orange flavored, something in that orange liqueur area, this is okay. It's not bad. It's not a neat sipper. Don't make an old fashioned out of it. But play around with it.
You might want to play around with it a little bit. If you're a big fan of Jameson's, because we've got another friend that picked up, was it Jameson Stout?
Yeah. Oh, I love it, Jameson. The Caskmates.
Yeah, the Caskmates.
Oh, I could. That one I can drink neat, and that one, you make a Irish coffee with that stout Caskmate.
Yeah.
It almost just disappears in there. Like you
Yeah.
almost can't taste the whiskey, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. But it really goes so well together
Well,
in Irish style.
I had been thinking a lot about highballs lately.
Yeah, because it's summer and it's hot.
summer. It's incredibly hot for most of the country.
Yeah. There you go.
If anything else, I'm surprised because this is not as dilute as a highball can sometimes be. I've seen those as low as like 1 part whiskey, 9 parts soda.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I like, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
Um,
I'm more of like a 1-to-3 ratio guy. That's not where I like it.
I'm gonna put a little bit more because, to be honest, the whiskey almost disappeared,
Yeah. Pop a little
and
bit more. That's good.
the orange and of this and the lemon zest. I don't know if they're harmonizing or.
See, now there's the orange in there. Yeah, you definitely can't do, because this is not a real bold flavor expression.
No.
So if you are making a highball out of it, you got to keep the ratios. Like if you are one of those people like I want a big highball, 1 ounce of my whiskey and 7 or 8 ounces of soda, like no, you're not gonna taste. It's just gonna disappear.
Unless you're used to drinking stuff like.
Do like a 2 to 5 or something like that.
Unless you're one of the kind of people that likes mineral water by itself.
Yeah.
And you want just a tiny accent to it. But
Yeah, like if you're a big fan of LaCroix or that kind of thing, go for it.
But like I said earlier, when I first cracked this open, I hated it. Couldn't
I
stand it.
didn't hate it. It was just kind of, like, it was funny because it has a lot of elements of things I really like. Oh, it's Irish whiskey and it's orange flavored and yada yada yada.
Again, expectations filter reality heavily, and I was thinking of Orangerie, which is a Scotch with a hint of orange and spices.
Yeah.
This is not even the same zip code.
No. Yeah.
I used to shit on flavored whiskeys heavily. I think
I still do.
Yeah.
I still do.
Still do, but I think I even had a
Looking at you, Fireball.
a
Looking at
commenter
you.
laugh at me for the statement of they flavor it because they're trying to hide something.
There's a lot of truth there, though.
But
Because if you think about it, you do the same thing.
I've had something, and to be honest, that was the whole purpose of the original cocktails anyway, to make a shitty out liquor palatable. From whether it's a whiskey punch, rum punch, whatever it may have been,
Really?
the first old fashions, that was to make a liquor palatable.
Right.
So at any rate, buyer beware.
Yeah.
Would I recommend it? Probably not, unless I knew an awful lot about that person's flavor
Taste.
profile.
Yeah,
Taste.
That's the thing for me. If someone's like, "Ooh, should I get that?" I'd be asking them a lot of questions. Do you like this?
But
Do you like
after
that?
having it as a highball,
Yeah.
I don't hate it. Don't make me angry.
That's how you're gonna finish this off.
I won't buy it.
A lot of eyeballs.
Won't buy it again.
Mm-mm.
But I won't pour it down the drain either.